You look like your wife gives unenthusiastic hand jobs.
And on that note, it's time for us to do a little quickie of our own. We got a separate section we've got to talk about. We have uh, from the beginning here on the What's Left podcast and the Derealization Nation Media Network been trying to lift up this case of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He got brought back to the United States. We haven't done an update on this in a while. We really have a lot to report on. So let's get to that. Now, he was brought back to this country to face charges. That's how they justified it. They're going to bring him back. They're going to bring him charges up against him in Tennessee, where he was arrested, or not arrested, where he was pulled over at a traffic stop once with undocumented workers in the back of his van. Right? He was just given no citation and let go because he did nothing wrong. This was like 20 years ago or something ridiculous like that. Now they are charging him with things as ridiculous as human trafficking, which is kind of ironic since that's what they did to him when they kidnapped him off the street and deported him to a foreign country. But now they're accusing him of human trafficking and all these terrible things. Judge took one look at the evidence and said, "You really don't have much here. I wouldn't hold him." He chose to stay in custody because he knows what's going to happen if he tries to leave. He's literally like that's fucked up all on its own. The fact that he feels that he has to stay in prison to stay safe from our government, kind of tells you everything you need to know. So what is their evidence? Well, guys, here is a breakdown of what they've got. It is just as predictable. Oops, wrong video. It's about as predictable as you might imagine. Give me a sec. Now I gotta edit this. I hate that. I hate when I do this to myself. I gotta find this little tiny bit, cut fucking 15 seconds out of the video, just for everybody else's viewing pleasure, because I don't want it to be catchy. All right, here we go.
Holy shit. So there's some breaking news from the Washington Post, and it's one of those stories that you know is going to happen. And yet when you see the headline and you read the story, you just think, how is this the reality we live in? I swear every day with Trump is like, yeah, I knew there were 9 levels of hell, and then you find out, oh my god, there's a 10th level of hell. So you remember Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who the government deported for absolutely no reason. The Post is reporting the government's star witness against him is a guy named Jose Ramon Hernandez Reyes. I'm just going to call him Reyes. And this is the guy who the government has built their entire case on. The Post is reporting that he is a 3 times convicted felon who, in exchange for his testimony against Garcia, is expected to be granted early release from prison and given a work permit. So then you might ask, what were Reyes' crimes? Almost too many to list here, because he has been either arrested or in prison every year for the past 10 years. He has been deported multiple times and still finds his way back to the United States. He has also trafficked migrants across the border on multiple occasions. But out of all of them, I think his most what the fuck arrest was for drunkenly firing a firearm out of a window of a vehicle in a residential neighborhood in Texas. That one earned him a 3rd-degree felony. But now Reyes, in exchange for testimony against Abrego Garcia, who you'll remember never had one criminal charge or conviction prior to Trump needing an excuse to bring him back, this guy is gonna go free. A dangerous convicted felon goes free as a peaceful husband and father of an American citizen goes to jail. Also, Trump can save face. Hey, Republicans, is this what you voted for?
Oh yeah, it is. 100% it is. They love this.
This part, yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Nah, this is so fucked. This is Trump welcoming the cartels into the states all over again. Like back in March, welcomed 17 members of the Semolina cartel into the United States. Just let them in against Mexico's wishes. I mean, this is that all over again. They don't care about the actual crimes. That has nothing to do with it. It's everything to do with evil. This guy couldn't be more of a criminal. Isn't that fucking wild? I just like.
It's just crazy to me that they're trying to charge him with human trafficking while simultaneously letting Diddy go.
Oh, okay. Okay.
While simultaneously letting Diddy go.
I mean, and this guy's also a human trafficker.
Yeah, what do you mean? They're hoping the really bad criminal
You're
is definitely going to testify. Right, what the fuck are we doing?
When does this happen before? The Bible? Wait a
Damn.
second.
Huh.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, you're right. Give us Barabbas. Holy shit. Yeah, I mean, 100%. If given the opportunity and to make that same decision, the GOP would 1000% take Barabbas 9 out of 10 days. Um, Probably 10 out of 10. Yeah, so that's not even the worst of it, though, because now in a new court filing, and I gotta warn you guys, this shit's uh, and this is when we were talking about this before. Like I said, if he ever comes back, we're gonna hear what it was like uh, in that place. Uh, and now he's back. He's got a new court filing. So this is a deposition under oath. And this is Tim Miller of the Bulwark describing it. And I'm going to play this clip.
I want to just lay out what he alleges here. He says that he faced psychological torture and severe beatings. That was included, but not limited to, severe sleep deprivation, inadequate nutrition, and other really kind of horrifying examples of the treatment. I want to go through a couple of them here. Again, he's taken to El Salvador wrongly. He's pushed on a bus. He's fitted with a second set of chains and handcuffs. He's repeatedly struck by officers when he attempted to raise his head. He says that he observed an ICE agent on the bus communicating with Salvadoran officials to confirm the identities of Salvadoran nationals. So ICE officials are seeing this level of treatment of the prisoners. He said that upon arrival, a prison official greeted them saying, "Welcome to Secot. Whoever enters here doesn't leave." Abrego Garcia was then forced to strip and subjected to physical abuse, including being kicked in the legs with boots and struck on the head and arms to make him change his clothes faster. His head was shaved with a zero razor, frog marched to cell 15, and he was struck with wooden batons along the way. By the following day, he said he had visible bruises and lumps all over his body. He says in his cell, I guess he was placed with the Salvadorans. Maybe this has been reported before. I hadn't seen it. They're alleging that there's of the people that we sent to Secot, about 230 are Venezuelans, and then a couple dozen are Salvadorans. He said that he was denied bathroom access and soiled himself during that period. He says the detainees were confined to metal bunks with no mattresses in an overcrowded cell with no windows, bright lights that remained on 24 hours a day, and minimal access to sanitation. He also said that while their prison officials told him that that the gang members in the prison would tear him apart if he stepped out of line, and he suffered a significant deterioration physically. He was fed very little nutrients and lost about 30 pounds over the course of just a couple weeks. He said on April 9th, he was transferred to a different module where they did photograph him with mattresses and better food, photos that he suspected were staged to document better conditions than the reality.
Yeah.
When you said that he didn't want to leave, I immediately thought abuse. Like, that was the first thought. Like when someone is abused that badly and treated that badly, no longer trust, no longer feel safe anywhere. So his safeness right now is that slightly better cell that he's staying in because he knows it's there.
Yeah.
Yep.
100%. I've witnessed that mindset firsthand in prison. And I mean, God, there's no evidence he's done anything wrong. None. Right? Other than the testimony of the outstanding citizen they found. Regardless if this man had committed felonies, whatever they may be, we in our Constitution say that we do not torture people.
It says it right there in it.
This is
Go ahead.
this is supposed. I mean, this is the birthday of the United States of America, and this is also the day we kind of died. Like between the passage of this bill, alligator Auschwitz, torture of individuals, hunting people, kidnapping, human trafficking, people disappeared, families separated. No one knows where the fuck these people are. Like these families may never be reunited. They've completely lost their goddamn mind. This is like it's one of the worst things, and there's still 230 Venezuelans. I think it's more like 20 something Salvadorians, nearly 300 people in that prison. And he says alleges because he's being careful with his words. We've seen the videos. Sakote is not shy about the fact that they beat people with batons, they make people run with their heads down, they stack them in those bunks that Christy Nome took pictures in front of. The GOP had a tool. They put them all over Twitter. We already know that the conditions that he describes are exactly where, so there's really no doubt that this happened to him. Like, of course it did. It's just a matter of finally hearing it from his mouth. And thank God that he's here alive to tell it. But there's still people like Jose Andres Reyes, the gay hairdresser, is still there. Like, his only crime was fleeing his country because he didn't want to get murdered. Like, he had a legitimate asylum claim. He went through the app. He did everything the right way. Like, that's at least one person that you can say unequivocally is there unjustly. And that should be enough. You'll get all of them and give them their due process. But it's not.
I wonder if my grandpa was alive, if this is the America that he fought in World War II for.
I wondered
You
that
know what I
about
mean?
my grandfather as well.
Like, if my grandpa would have known that this is what was going to become of America, would he have still enlisted? Like, I really want to, like, my dad's pretty much on the Trump train, but I really want to know, like, is this what you enlisted for? Is this the America you enlisted for?
Yeah. Yeah, I can't
Because this
ask.
doesn't feel like the America that, like, I was proud of growing up as a kid. It's not the America my dad taught me about when I was a kid.
No, it's definitely.
Not if you saw them deporting his brothers in arms. I'm sure not that.
Absolutely. Military people take that stuff so seriously. So seriously. It's not just that. I mean, think about it too. There's the over 1,000 Afghanis who were here because they cooperated with the United States during the Afghan War, right? And 1,600, I believe it was the total number. And one of the first things that Trump did was rip away their status, like sent them back to a death sentence. I believe it's still. I think they're still suing for their status. I don't think they've had to go back yet, but I mean the level of abject cruelty and just disloyalty, uh, and I don't know. Like, this is not patriotism. This is nationalism. Uh, this is not Christianity by any stretch of the imagination. Um, this is not kindness. This is not cool. It's not even okay. It's just fucking wrong. And there's just, I don't know anymore if the rot of this country is so deep uh, that it's not salvageable. I can't seem to get a base of like, are really that many of us apathetic toward this?
No, but unfortunately, they're just still alive. Like the old hatred runs so deep, bro. The boomer hatred runs so deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're still the same old tropes, same old slurs, just change names of their clubs, you know? The Heritage Foundation, the American Enterprise Institute. It sounds fancier than Ku Klux Klan, but it's the same people. I don't know. It's fucked up. He's back. He's talking about his torture. He's got a good lawyer. He's gonna win. What's that gonna mean? I don't know. Um, but this is not gonna go well. The Trump administration. I just someday there will be a war tribunal to try these people. There just will be. Like there just will be.
It just means next time they'll deport him quietly.
Yeah, which is what he knows. That's why he's staying.
Yep.
All right. Um, yeah, we'll continue to update you on that as updates come along. We are happy though. Like let's not lose sight of the fact that that is something that he came through, and if we can get him back, we can get Jose back, and we can get the rest of them back too. We just have to keep fighting. It goes to show that the resistance does work. It may not happen all at once, and it may not happen the way we want it to. Uh, but if we stay and we keep fighting, we can get justice, little bits and pieces at a time.
Do
All
your
right.
subscription bit.
All right. I'll do the subscription bit first, then we'll do the other thing.
All right. Yeah, that's how it
I
goes.
gotta do this. I gotta do the subscription bit.
Have to.
I don't have a choice.
I don't know. Got to get them subscribed to the Substack, brother. I agree.
Listen, we're hemorrhaging money here. Yeah. So, like and subscribe. The likes and subscriptions on YouTube apparently are very important. We can't start monetizing from their ads until we get over 500 subscribers. So that's really important. So if you can, please subscribe on YouTube. Also, it's free. It's free to subscribe on Substack as well, but there's a paid subscription option. You can buy a t-shirt on derealizationnation.com. And if you can't, that's okay too. Thanks for listening. Please share our stuff wherever you find it on TikTok, Instagram, or Threads. Until next time, I'm John.
I'm Jake.
And I'm Brad.
And that's what's left.
Hate cannot defeat hate. Only love can do that.